So I was on a show a few years ago called Noah's Ark. It was actually over a decade ago. And that show was centered around 4 black gay men in Los Angeles. It was sort of Sex and the City in its tone. When I went in to audition for Noah's Ark, the character of Noah, I played Noah on the show. When I went in, the character Noah was already cast. So I was reading for either Ricky, the Samantha of the group, the slutty one, or the store clerk who worked in Ricky's shop. And I figured I could play the store clerk better because I don't think I had tapped into my slut at that point in my life, my own inner slut. Still working on that. But the store clerk character who was sexy, but in his own sort of like kind of homo thug way, I figured I could do that. I ended up booking the character of Dwayne, the store clerk. And I was amped. And at that point, it was a web series, maybe. It might have been a directly to DVD series, but there was no network behind it, and it was not, I don't think he even expected a network to be interested because it was about black gay guys. And he was pushing the envelope with sex and the conversations we were having about, you know, safe sex and HIV prevention, and as well as, you know, which partner is comfortable receiving that. You know, we got into that type of stuff as well. So I went in and I booked that, and then maybe a month went by and we were talking about when we were actually gonna start shooting, and the show's creator, Patrick and Polk, said to me on the phone, I've actually been thinking about changing the casting around. And my heart sank. I assumed that meant Dwayne's cut. I'm out. I'm out. And he said, so I'm thinking of having you play Noah. And I had never read that character. I had no idea what that character was about. I just knew the show was called Noah, Noah's Ark. Although when I auditioned, it was called Hot Chocolate. I shouldn't talk about that, but it's true. So, yeah, I lost some agents when I took that show. Anyway, so he said I was playing the part of Noah instead, and I was just like, I was amped. I was, you know, doing little happy dances around my apartment. Little did I know what that would mean. You know, I didn't know that a year or two later, the Logo Network would pick the show up and we'd be all over the world, and kids in South Africa would be writing me, and I would go to South Africa. Like the world has opened up in the most insane ways because of this little, possibly straight to DVD guerrilla web series that Patrick was shooting because he felt like these black gay guys are not being represented on TV. They need to be. There's a whole bunch of us out here. Why are we not seeing ourselves? And that's kind of what this show's about. Just tap into these people who are not seeing themselves, right? Let's talk to them, reflect their experiences. Everyone wants to be seen, you know, and heard.